and this and Satish Kumar Vemvarpu sir having awards and recognitions like Career Empowerment Leader Award and VIP and IPA Telangana branch. Satish Kumar Vemvarpu sir is a speaker in 73rd IPC Hyderabad and 73rd IPC Pune and speaker in IPA SF Congress Haryana and Raipur. And sir got certifications, certified advanced career counselor, certified by from TUC regulatory notified body. Yeah. So I want to introduce today's mentor and speaker of our Clinoxy online demo session, Dr. Pragna ma'am. Pragna ma'am having more than 7 years of experience in clinical research and she is now working as a deputy pharmacovigilance officer in top MNC company and she is having more than 7 years experience in from CR and from PV also. So now I want to introduce our mentor, Dr. Pragna ma'am, to take handover in this session. So good morning, ma'am.
Hi, Ravi. A very good morning to everyone in the session. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to stop my screen, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for handing over the session to me.
Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this online demo session. So today in our online demo session, we will be exploring the career opportunities in the field of clinical research, pharmacovigilance, and we'll try to understand what is clinical data management. Am I clear to everyone? Just give me a confirmation.
Ma'am, your voice is audible to me also.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll be sharing my screen. So let us see what's this field and what opportunities this field carries for us. And we'll try to understand and have a basic introduction of what happens in the field of clinical research and what basically is pharmacovigilance and what happens in clinical data management. Okay, so I'll be presenting my screen. I hope it's visible to everyone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for confirmation. So before we enter into the core areas of what is clinical research, pharmacovigilance, data management, and medical writing, so tell me, what do you understand by the term clinical research? Anyone from this session? What do you understand? What is clinical research?
मैम मैम क्लिनिकल रिसर्च वो चीज होती है जिसमें मैम ड्रग की हम स्टडी करते हैं इन विट्रो एंड इन वीवो।
ओके, एंड
मैम इससे क्या होता है कि हमारे जो बॉडी ड्रग जाती है बॉडी में, तो मैम इसके क्या साइड इफेक्ट होते हैं, क्या चीज फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शंस हो रहे हैं, वो चीज हम क्लिनिकल रिसर्च से ही स्टडी करते हैं। पहले मैम एक होता है मैम फेज 1, फेज 2, फेज 3 एंड फेज 4।
ओके,
मैम फेज 1 में क्या होता है, सबसे पहले मैम हम एनिमल्स के ऊपर टेस्ट करते हैं। फिर इसके फेज 2 में मैम मतलब एक कोई हेल्दी पर्सन होता, मतलब एक जो डिसीज पर्सन होता है उसके ऊपर चेक करते हैं। फिर थर्ड में मैम जो एकदम सेफ पर्सन होता है, जो डिसीज फ्री होता है, उसके ऊपर ट्राई करते हैं। इवन 4 में मैम उसको मार्केट में मैम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। मैम ये चीजें मैम क्लिनिकल रिसर्च में आती हैं।
yes. So thank you. Thank you so much for giving the insights. Let me explain about what is clinical research. So basically, clinical research plays a key role in testing the new treatments and therapies. And not only that, it also helps in the monitoring of the safety that becomes a paramount before the drug is released into the market. So not only clinical research is something that investigate on new treatments or therapies, so it also sees that those which are entering into the market are safe and effective or not. So it's a branch of healthcare sciences that basically deals with the safety and efficacy of the drugs, devices, medicines, or anything that is intended for the human use. So this branch basically explores, first, when you talk about the domain itself of clinical research, we have a process of discovery of new molecules and developing that so that we shape up them into a safe and effective medicine. So the term clinical research is very different from the term clinical practice. How different it is? Clinical research and clinical practice, in fact, are not the same, where clinical research basically lays down the clinical practice. So in order to test any new products, for that whether they are safe or effective or not. So clinical research works by understanding the condition, whereas if you talk about the clinical practice, it is a real-time environment where the products that are tested in clinical research are used in clinical practice. Like I can give you an example. If you a healthcare provider provides you a medicine, or the physician is prescribing you a medicine, so that medicine which is prescribed to you has priorly received a hallmark of safety and efficacy for usage in the general population by conducting a clinical research. So clinical research basically helps us in establishing that a molecule is safe and effective for its usage in the general population. So once it has been approved, later it can be used in the clinical practice where it is prescribed to the humans, so for curing their disease, or like in order to provide medical diagnosis on. Okay, so next comes about the pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance is where we try to monitor and ensure that the molecule is safe and effective or not. Why we require pharmacovigilance? So even though a field of clinical research where we already are testing whether the molecule is safe or not, again, why we need to perform pharmacovigilance? See, pharmacovigilance is not for the marketed products also. It is also for the products which are in the clinical trial phases. So the monitoring of the safety of the products in the clinical trial phases is crucial to understand what amount of side effects or adverse events that the molecule is carrying. So how do you consider a molecule to be safe? Anyone? So you want to say that this molecule is safe for your human. How do you categorize it as safe?
मैम जहाँ तक कि मैम फार्माकोविजिलेंस
It
मैम
should
ये
pass
समझ
clinical.
Yes. How do you say a drug is safe? On what parameters you measure the safety of a molecule?
मैम फार्माकोविजिलेंस में मैम जो हमारे पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, जब कोई मार्केट में मैम ड्रग आती है, इवन मैम उसमें एक हेल्पलाइन नंबर होता है जिसमें मैम कस्टमर्स फीडबैक देते हैं
Raj
मैम।
Pandey, can you please communicate in English so that everyone can understand it?
सॉरी मैम,
Maybe
सॉरी मैम,
some people
सॉरी।
may not understand, right? Yes, anyone?
Ma'am, I think on the basis of efficacy of a drug, like we can say
No,
how
I'm
much safe
talking
it
about
is.
how do you say a molecule is safe?
If it has
Ma'am, on the basis of, I think, clinical
It should
reports,
pass
I
all
guess.
the clinical trials.
No,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
I'm talking about how do you say a molecule is safe or not?
Ma'am, by determining the toxicity and the safety of a drug.
Yes, the amount of adverse events and the side effects the molecule carries, right? This is what you determine the safety of any product. So you consider it safe when it has a lower risk, and if you consider it not safe, it carries higher amount of risk, right? So knowing that a molecule has a particular set of adverse events is what we try to detect, assess, understand, and prevent drug-related problems and adverse events related to the drug in pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance is all about the drug safety. So improving the safety of molecules in the market is very important. If you want to see, clinical research is a barrier where the drugs get approved and get enter into the market. Suppose they enter into the market, again, it's a requirement by the pharmaceutical company that they monitor the safety of medicines that they are marketing. It's a regulatory requirement. So basically pharmaceutical companies, they need to monitor the safety of their molecules by performing the pharmacovigilance activities. In pharmacovigilance activities, what basically they do is that whatever molecules or drugs they are marketing, not only drugs, devices, or vaccines, if you talk about all these things, so they need to monitor whether they are safe and effective or not, because there are some kind of drawbacks that you see in clinical research. So where all the molecules which are proven to be safe and effective in the clinical research by conducting the phases of the study, so are not the safety and efficacy of that are not same when the drug enters the market. Again, we have a domain called as pharmacovigilance, which makes sure and tracks if there are any change in the safety and efficacy of the molecule, which was previously observed in the clinical research or not. So I can give you a good example for why we are performing pharmacovigilance. You see, lot of drugs getting banned. Why is that? When already a clinical research has been performed, which proves that it is safe and effective, why again drugs enter the market and again they get banned? Yes? Anyone?
Hello,
Yes,
I'm audible now.
yes, you are audible.
Actually, in phase 4, in post-marketing study class, after drug get in market, it show after some year any problem or contraindication or any side effect.
So that we already have observed in the phases of trial, right? Why again we need to observe it in the post-marketing surveillance? Because based on that data, we got it approved by the regulators. So why again we need to monitor it as safe and effective or not? What might be the reason? So fine. So if you don't have answers for this, so in this session, I would like to give you why we perform pharmacovigilance, why clinical research is so important. So let us try to understand from the basic level, like what happens in clinical research and basically what happens in pharmacovigilance and what is data management and what happens in medical writing. Okay, so I'll take you through the process. We start with the clinical research, later we go into the pharmacovigilance thing, and later we enter the data management, and later we'll talk about the other things like medical writing, regulatory affairs, and what all are the different kinds of courses that the Clinoxy is offering for you. Okay. So we'll start the clinical introduction to the clinical research. As I already have told you, clinical research is a branch of healthcare sciences that try to evaluate new medicines, treatments, devices, or any interventions to know that whether they are safe, and the efficacy is also important. See, you take a medicine, right? So you don't get the therapeutic benefit out of it. There is no reason of you taking the medicine. So not only you see whether it is safe or not, it should also be efficacious in treating the condition for which you are taking the medicine. So this branch basically helps us in understanding any new medical treatment or devices or any interventions that is used in the human, so whether they are safe or effective or not. So the methods, we conduct the control studies. So basically this is a kind of systematic study that we do in like a preclinical and clinical way. Okay. Preclinical is where we, before introducing this to the humans, we try to know whether it is safe for the human or not. So we do the studies on the animals as followed by humans. If it is found to be safe in the animals, then later it will be introduced to the humans. And according to the protocol, the study will be conducted in various phases. So ethics are very important. What are ethics? Ethics, if you talk about the ethics are nothing but the moral principles. So adhering to the ethical guidelines and informed consent procedures are crucial in clinical research. So ethics, we have the bodies which safeguard the ethics of participants, the human volunteers who are involved in the study. Like we have the Institutional Review Board and Independent Ethics Committee, who basically looks after that if specific trial or the research is following the research ethics or not. And informed consent is a procedure where the participants mandatorily need to be informed regarding all aspects of the trial, and later it's up to their decision whether they are willing to participate in the study or not. So outcomes of the clinical research, we generate the data. So that data generated, not always a clinical research or the research study or the clinical trials are for the regulatory approval. There are some kind of academic researches which are conducted, which basically are to get the data and to enhance the evidence-based medicine. Some more, if a clinical research is to get the product approved into the market, then it should go through the regulatory approval process. So once the data is gathered, so all the data should be submitted in the form of applications to the regulatory authority, and that based on the information submitted, regulators will review the application that we have submitted, and they see they basically give an approval or not. They basically decide whether this molecule should be entering the market or not. So post approval, a company can happily market the product in the market. Okay, so this is a basic overview about what is clinical research and how is this. Okay, so let's now enter into the process of drug discovery and development. So what is this drug discovery and development process? A basic overview is like what happens is, so discovery and development is where the discovery process itself is where the scientists try to identify any potential new drugs and conduct or initiate the steps. What basically it is. So in this, the disease, the understanding of the disease and developing the appropriate, meaning that it is safe and effective medicines is it's done in the discovery process. So it basically is a long and expensive affair. It usually takes more than 10 to 15 years. Like on an average, it takes 10 to 15 years for a drug to develop and like from discovery process and it getting it approved and available in the market for its usage. So it is a long and I can say it's an expensive affair. So understanding the generalized overview of drug discovery and development. So discovery of first is the discovery of new potential compound is nothing but the drug. So later what we do, studies is conducted in the animals. We call it as preclinical research and to check whether it is safe and effective for the potential new compound. And later we do the clinical research like clinical research or the clinical trial, you call it as, where the humans are investigated, where the safety and effectiveness of the molecule is checked. Later, we have the regulatory approval process. So based on the data that we have collected through this process, so we file for the regulatory approval and later it gets distributed and it's available for the public. And later come finally after the approval process, then comes the post-marketing surveillance, or you call it as monitoring. So ongoing surveillance of the drug performance and the safety happens here. Okay. So if you talk about the clinical trials, so if you clinical trials is basically a systematic investigation that is conducted on human volunteers in order to get the information whether the molecule is safe and effective or not. And not only getting that information, we also try to get the pharmacology of the drug, meaning the pharmacokinetics and dynamics. And also we try to get the information regarding what are the possible adverse events the drug is carrying. So what amount of dose what amount of the dose should be given, what is the duration, frequency, optimum dose, therapeutic window, all this information we find through the phases of the clinical trial. So we have various phases, or you can call it as stages as well. So we have like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. Before phase 1, we also have phase 0. So where the preliminary data is collected with regarding the pharmacokinetics within the small group of people, which helps in further proceeding towards the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Phase 1 is also called as human pharmacology, meaning that we check the pharmacology of the product. Like the objective of phase 1 is to ascertain the information regarding the safety, tolerability, pharmacokinetics, and pharmacodynamics. So it's basically most of the time the phase 1 is usually done in healthy volunteers, but it is not always a mandatory thing. There are some kind of trials where the molecule we basically don't include healthy volunteers in phase 1. We'd rather take the diseased people. Like I can give you an example of cytotoxic drugs. Basically, this kind of drugs are not to be given in the healthy volunteers. So most of the time the phase 1 is done in the healthy volunteers, but it's not always. So this phase basically we try to know what is the tolerability of the drug. Like we do the dose acceleration studies like SAD studies and MAD studies and try to know what amount of the dose is tolerable by the participant, and we try to know the kinetics and dynamics of the drug in the phase 1. And apart from knowing this, we try to get the information regarding the safety of the product. And where after doing the phase 1, we eventually progress towards the phase 2. What is phase 2? Phase 2 is also called as therapeutic exploratory trial. What happens is here in the phase 2 is where we try to explore the therapeutic. So like most of the times, like how I said, the phase 1, if you take the healthy volunteers in phase 1, then from phase 2, it is the diseased people, or you call it as patients. Patients will be taken. For what kind of patients, depending upon what kind of trial you are conducting, those kind of, like suppose you are testing a new anti-diabetic drug, so you take the people who have the diabetes. So depending upon what trial you are conducting, so that, sorry, any doubt?
నేను చేతులు బాలేవు నూనె అంతనవి.
So everyone in the session, can you please be on mute?
I'll mute them. I'll mute them.
So talking about the phase 2 is where we try to explore the therapeutic efficacy of the drug. Like we try to know whether the drug is efficacious in treating the disease for which it is indicated. So in this, we try to know that optimum dose, therapeutic window, dosage regimen. So all this are something that we try to check in the phase 2. Phase 2, we also have phase 2A and phase 2B as well. So after that, we come to the phase 3. Phase 3 are the comparatively, when compared to the phase 1 and phase 2, these are a longer duration and requires basically a large population group. Phase 3 is also called as therapeutic confirmatory trial, where we try to confirm the therapeutic efficacy and safety in a larger group of people over a longer duration. So this is phase 3 is very important for the regulatory approval. This data that is obtained during the phase 3, so basically help us in determining the fate of the drug, like whether the drug is safe and effective for introducing into the market. The sponsor basically understands whether it should be introduced into the market or not. Like all the data that is collected during the phase 3 will be helpful for the regulatory approval. Okay, so in phase 3 also we have a phase 3A and phase 3B. The objective of conducting phase 3 is to confirm the therapeutic efficacy and the safety of the molecule. Once this is done, so the next comes the process of regulatory approval. Before we enter the phase 4, so we file for the regulatory approval. So regulators will review the application that is submitted by us, and basically they are the ultimate persons who will decide whether this is to be introduced into the market or not. As you already know, regulatory authority is nothing but a government agency generally which looks after the registration, approval, import, export, manufacturing of the products. So to grant any license, regulators are responsible. Every country has its own regulatory body. What would be the, can anyone tell me what is the regulatory authority of India? Yes, Sudarshan? Okay. So, what is that? What is the full form of it?
Central Drug Standard Control Organization.
Yes, CDS here. Okay. So we have the DCGI. Under CDS here, we have the Drug Control General of India, who is responsible for approval, licensing, so of all the clinical trial. Okay. So once it is approved by the regulators, so it's now the company will start marketing the product. Once they obtain the license, so now it is the marketing. So marketing means it is available for the humans like as prescribed by the prescriber. So post-marketing surveillance is also called as phase 4 is also called as post-marketing surveillance or therapeutic use. Here, once the drug is marketed, there are n number of things that you don't have or will not be conducted in the clinical trial. Like what are they? Clinical trial, as I said, it is for a limited period of time. The duration of the clinical trial, like if you talk about phase 3, it is max to max 5 years. So what is the safety and efficacy of the drug if it is used for longer duration, more than that? So that you cannot get from you cannot expect that data from the clinical trial. As I already said, clinical trial is has some ethical issues. So because of that, most of the clinical trials will not include the pregnant ladies and the children and the geriatric while conduction of the study. So because of the regulations and the ethical issues. So what if the drug is given in this people? Though that data you don't have, and the safety and efficacy of the molecule that you have got is basically helps us in approval process. Later, also it's the responsibility of the company to look and monitor whether it is same or not. I can give you an example. The Merck Pharmaceutical in the year 2004, it has manufactured a drug called as Rifaximin. So it was approved by the FDA and it was available in the market. Okay, what happened is this drug later after a time, so they have observed that people who are taking this drug, they have complaints of heart attack and heart related diseases. So the company has withdrawn the drug from the market. So this is how you cannot say that a clinical trial is already conducted. Why is this being observed when the drug is into the market? Because the amount of population or the subject population that you take in the clinical trial cannot be eventually representing the entire population outside. Because if I take an example of in allergic to antibiotics, one person is fine with penicillin, the other person is not fine. So that's how genetics also plays an important role. So all this information in detail you get in the post-marketing surveillance, which is called as the phase 4. So phase 4 is very crucial in most of the unexpected adverse drug reaction, if you talk about that, are obtained during the phase 4 clinical drug testing. So this is pretty much about so whatever I have given you in a basic overview, that only is a superficial thing. So if you go in detail, there are n number of aspects happening in each phases of this trials. So now I would like to introduce to the next thing, which is the pharmacovigilance. Okay, what is pharmacovigilance? So I like to put it in simple way. So it is a process of detecting, or that's a science of detecting, assessing, understanding and preventing adverse events or any drug related problems. So here the term adverse event is very important. Can anyone tell me what do you understand by the term adverse event?
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, there are two type of reactions. One is adverse drug reaction and another is adverse drug event.
Yes.
It is any unintended or unexpected reaction of the drug, whether it is detected in a clinical trial or after in a post-marketing surveillance.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyone? Any other person? So fine. I'll make this concept clear for you. So adverse events and adverse drug reactions are two different things. See, if you post receipt of any medication, you see two types of effect. What are they? One is desirable effect or the intended effect of the drug. Suppose you take a drug fluconazole, so it is giving you antifungal action. So what kind of effect it is? It is a desirable or intended effect for which you are taking the drug. Other type of effects are undesirable, called as unintended effects or untoward effects, or you can call so this type of effects are what you see. So this can be expected or unexpected. Adverse event, to define it is nothing but it's an unintended or any untoward effect that you see post taking the medication in a clinical trial subject or a patient who has been given with one or more medicine product. So adverse event by the term itself is, it can be any abnormality in the laboratory investigation, any sign or symptom, or any like a disease process. So all these are called as an adverse event. How different is adverse event from adverse drug reaction? So there is a term called as causality. What is causality? In pharmacovigilance, causality is very important because that is the major difference between the adverse event and adverse drug reaction. So in an adverse event, the causality is where, causal relationship is where, what is the term causality? The relationship between the cause and the effect. If there is any relationship between the cause and the effect, then it is called as causality. So in adverse event, there is no relationship between the adverse event and the occurrence and the product given. So then it is called, the such type of effects are called as adverse events. Whereas in adverse drug reactions, we have the causality given. So that the key difference between adverse events and adverse drug reaction are events have no causality in them. So if an event has causality, it soon becomes adverse drug reactions. So not all adverse
ma'am.
event. Yes.
Ma'am, please can you repeat what is the causality?
Causality, the term causality is nothing but is the relationship between the cause and the effect.
Okay, thank you.
Cause being the drug and the effect that you see is the outcome. Fine?
Okay, ma'am.
So in adverse event, there is absence of causality, and in adverse drug reactions, there is a presence of causality. That's a key difference between. So all adverse drug reactions have adverse event in them, but not all adverse events are adverse drug reaction. Clear? Okay, fine. So the importance of pharmacovigilance is to ensure the patient safety and helps to maintain the public trust in the medications. So making the drug safe and improving the patient safety is a paramount in pharmacovigilance. So this helps in maintaining the public trust in the medication. So methods include how this pharmacovigilance in practical life being performed. So it includes reporting of adverse events in the form of spontaneous report. What are spontaneous reports? Suppose like what will understand what is spontaneous reporting. These are a type of, we have different types of reports in pharmacovigilance. So, and spontaneous reports are the majority of the reports that we get in pharmacovigilance. What is spontaneous reporting? So it's a type of communication by the healthcare professional or the patient regarding one or more adverse event experienced by the patient when he was given with one or more medicinal report. This is called as a spontaneous reporting. So this is where, suppose you take a medicine. Think yourself in the situation where you are taking a medicine of X company, and post taking of that medicine, you have observed some event. So now you want to report this. Who can you report this event to? Anyone? If you have an idea. So you get an event post taking suppose you have taken a paracetamol of X company, you get an event. You observed, you felt dizziness, you have got chills. So who do you report this to, or you keep quiet? Yes.
I will report directly regulatory authority.
Yes. Good
Yes,
answer. And anyone? You can report directly to the pharmaceutical company who has marketed that or manufactured it, or you can directly report to the regulatory authority as well. So that kind of reporting by the consumer or by the healthcare professional who is treating you is called as spontaneous reporting. As simple as it is. Spontaneous reports are nothing but it's a communication that is done by the healthcare professional or a patient regarding one or more adverse event experienced by the patient when he was taken with the one or more medicinal product is called as spontaneous reporting. Basically, pharmacovigilance is done in two methods: active surveillance we do and passive surveillance. Okay, what is active surveillance? Active surveillance is where company conduct a kind of programs like market research program, customer engagement program, patient support program. So where they try to know after the marketing of the drug whether the drug is having any kind of concerns or safety related things. So those type of surveillance or monitoring is called as active surveillance. Passive surveillance is a kind of pharmacovigilance where we don't take any measures. Spontaneous reporting is a good example of passive surveillance where we don't take any measures but the data flows in. Okay, and we have the data mining techniques where we use the statistical methods in detecting the signals. And so this is a basic introduction of pharmacovigilance. So if you talk about the process of pharmacovigilance, it starts with the basic thing is which is called as case processing. Eventually, we have other things which we do in pharmacovigilance as well, like aggregate reporting, signal detection, risk management. But we start with the case processing. Case processing is where we collect the adverse event data from various sources. So by now, I hope you understand the term adverse event, right? So where we basically get the reports, we collect the information from various sources as well, like healthcare providers, patients, literature. We get it from like these are the various sources from where we have solicited and unsolicited sources where we get the report of adverse event. After that, what happens is it is the responsibility of the company to record all the adverse events related to its products. So what happens, the company will receive the adverse event report. Suppose we talk about X company. So it is marketing 100 products. So it needs to check whether those 100 products are safe in the market or not. So it should get the, if any adverse event are reported with that products, it should collect that reports from various sources, from healthcare providers, patients, from various sources. And that information is the first that is the first step in case processing where we receive the information of the adverse event report. Just now we were talking about the spontaneous reporting where you by chance you have experienced any event, you report it either to the company or the regulatory authority, right? So when you report it to the company will receive the adverse event report. So once they receive, they further process the report in their databases called as safety databases. Company maintains a database where they can record the information of information of adverse events related to their products. So that database is basically called as safety database. So we have different kinds of safety database. That is a different picture. So if you talk about in that later, once they receive the report, later they do the triage and assessment of the report and evaluate. There is a criteria called as validity criteria. They check whether the report is valid or not. Suppose that they need to enter the data and code the information of the drug and the event into the database using the standardized dictionary. Now we use MEDRA for event coding and WHODD and company product dictionary for the coding of the drug. And next comes the medical review. So medical review is nothing but the medical reviewer will evaluate the case details and perform the causality assessment. There are two types of causality: reporter's causality and the company causality. Reporter causality is nothing but the person who is reporting will provide the causality, and the company medical reviewer also perform the causality assessment. So after that, the case is closed, and later once it is closed, it should be submitted to the regulatory authority. So we have different timelines for submitting across the globe. Different country has different requirement for submitting of serious report, non-serious report. So according to the requirement of the country and where we have marketing authorization, we need to abide to the regulatory requirement. We basically need to maintain the compliance with the regulatory requirement within the time frame provided by them. We need to submit the reports to the regulatory process. So this is a pretty much overview about how the receipt of the report of adverse event is done, and later we perform the triage, data entry, coding is done, medical review, and finally we need to submit the report to the regulatory authority. So now the regulators will become aware regarding what kind of events the patient was experiencing when they are taking the product of X company. So this is pretty much about the case processing in pharmacovigilance. We do have other domains, but those domains does not have offer any opportunity for fresher. Eventually, if you climb up the ladder in pharmacovigilance, all people who want to enter into the domain of pharmacovigilance, they need to start initially with the activity called as case processing. So here is where you collect the reports and do the trial, you do the data entry, medical review. But this is not only the domain, we have the other domains as well. Like we have the aggregate reporting team who is responsible for filing the aggregate report. What's an aggregate report? So whatever the individual cases that you're submitting on regular basis, over a period of time, you need to summarize the safety and efficacy and perform the risk benefit analysis of the product in the market. So for that, company needs to submit a report called as aggregate report. So that report will give us what is the risk of the product, what is the benefit, whether the risks are justifiable by the benefits or not. So that's how it basically happens. After aggregate reporting, we try to detect the signals. And signals is nothing but we try to detect any drug causing a particular event, and we try to communicate this with the regulators and other companies as well. So that recently I can give you one signal, menthol causing breast syndrome. Have you heard about this? Yes? Am I audible to everyone?
Ma'am, could you please name the syndrome again?
Breast syndrome.
No, ma'am, didn't hear about that.
So it was communicated to the public and everyone. It was so if you have seen a couple of social media posts also, they have said that menthol is not safe, no more safe. The people used to take it quite often now. It's associated with the breast syndrome. That's how they detect the signals and communicate with the public. So like that, now how we know? So once we are educated, we no longer use it that frequently. When and where required, then only we use. So that's how we improve the safety of the molecule. Okay. So that's a different picture. So, and that's signal detection, and later comes the risk management, where the company will take some initiatives to manage the risk associated with their medicinal product by updating the labels, providing cautions, providing hotlines this product should not be used in these situations. So that's also where they try to improve the safety of their molecule as well. So this is pretty much about the pharmacovigilance. Now we'll talk about the next domain, which is booming nowadays, which is the clinical data management. What is clinical data management? As we already have a basic understanding about the term clinical research. So what the clinical research basically generates a huge amount of data, right? So that data which is collected during this whole process of the clinical or the clinical trial, all data generated as a result of clinical trial related activities is called as clinical data. If you give a term called as clinical data. So the integrity and the quality of the data is very crucial for the drug development and approval process, or for any investigational products that to be get approved by the regulatory authority. Totally depends upon what kind of data we have collected. Hence, the management of the clinical data is very important part of the clinical research. For that, we have the clinical data management in practice. So this basically gathers the clinical trial data from multiple sources, formats it, if there are any discrepancies or inconsistencies, we have a query generation and resolution technique. So where we try to keep the data clean, and we also use the databases for this process, like how we use the databases for pharmacovigilance, which is called a safety database. For data management of clinical trial, we use databases called as clinical database. Clinical databases, we have very so many commercially available clinical database. So maintain secure compliant database for storing the clinical information. We have quality control also, where the process basically ensures that the data is accurate and integrity of data is protected. So this is a pretty much about the data management. So who are eligible for this courses? Whatever the courses that are like clinical data management, if you talk about the pharmacovigilance, clinical research, what kind of people can get this course? So it is open to various kind of health sciences, like if you are B.Pharm graduate, M.Pharm, PharmD, dental, MBBS, nursing, chemistry, biology, all life science graduate can basically are eligible for this course. Not only are eligible, they are also getting a good opportunities in this field. If you go talk about the job opportunities also, it is open for all the life science graduate. So, but they will be given with the different designation for sure. But we have the opportunities for all the different kind of life science graduates in all this domain. So career opportunities, like how do you climb up the ladder in this? So you have the entry level opportunities. After you get a kind of a good experience, you get into the specialized positions, and you finally, eventually, if you want to climb the peak ladder, like you have the leadership roles also. You start with the entry level opportunities, like you have the clinical research associate, drug safety associate, or data management associate. So after that, you can analyst, specialist are the roles which are given. And at the supreme, if you go, you can become a clinical research director or the pharmacovigilance manager, or an so these are the career opportunities. This is how you climb the ladder in the corporate. So I was pretty much talking about the fresher roles in this fields. So we have this slide basically gives you regarding the various fresher opportunities. We have the clinical data analyst, clinical data associate, clinical data pharmacovigilance associate, regulatory affairs we have. So where we try to focus on the healthcare data, visualize, so basically this requires a lot of knowledge regarding the uh, um, like management, the databases. So basic understanding about what is this domain all about, what are databases, what basically we do. Nowadays, AI has taken over all these things. We have in Clinoxy, we basically offer the AI related courses as well. Like we have the junior AI developer, and we have the other type of job opportunities. If you talk, we have the clinical research associate, vigilance associate, a drug safety associate, medical writer. So these are pretty much all the job opportunities for a fresher. You can pitch into any of this domain. So this slide will give you a basic overview about what is the program structure here in our Clinoxy. So we will be offering you a 6-in-1 program where we'll be giving you giving you all insights about the clinical research industry, pharmacovigilance, data management, regulatory affairs, and what's medical writing all about, and medical defense. So all this is we have different structure as well. Like if you want to
Yes.
go for it, Ravi,
Ma'am,
can you?
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. I will explain about this, ma'am. Like I will take
Sure,
care.
sure. Ravi,
And as of now, like if anybody is having doubts, any questions regarding of our demo and about the CRNPV, So we can clarify, ma'am. I will take to the next slide and everything.
Sure, Ravi, sure. So guys who are present in this session, so later regarding the structure of the program and the courses offered and the duration, Ravi will be giving you whole clarity about that regarding the aspect or theoretical aspect or anything related to the domains. If you have any queries, I'm ready, open for this questions. Okay. So anyone?
You can unmute yourself and you can ask, or else you
Yes.
can
Or
mention
you
in the
can
chat.
also use this chat box. Wait a second. In case you are not able to unmute yourself, you can always use the chat box. We'll be replying you back in the chat box as well. Yes, no query. I thought freshers will
Ma'am,
be yes, yes. Yes,
ma'am,
please.
difference between the postgraduate diploma and the advanced diploma.
So that
I'll
I don't
explain
know.
you.
Ravi
I'll
will be giving you insights into that. Regarding the module of any you want to know about clinical research on anything specific about the module, I could help you in that.
Okay.
Here, ChatGPT is also accepted. Someone is mentioning here, ma'am.
Let me check the chat box as well. So I got a question. Can you have an hands-on experience in this? Yes, sure. Harsha, your question is answered by Ravi, I guess. So we do give an hands-on training in this program as well. After the theoretical thing, the hands-on is provided to you. You have an hands-on on all the modules that will be given to you. Yes, career gaps also accepted in interview. Yes, yes. You if you have a strong explanation where you can defend and say why is a gap, what is the reason for your gap? Obviously, interviewer are happy to take you. I have seen couple of my students where with the career gap also they have been placed in their job, like whatever they were. So there is no such thing that with the career gap they don't accept you. They will accept you if you have a good knowledge.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, Rajan.
hello.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay. Ma'am, my question is
Yes.
अगर मैं 2019 का पास आउट या 20 का पास आउट हूँ मैं, ठीक है,
Okay.
और टीसीएस जैसी कंपनी जो है वो अपने जॉब पोर्टल पे एप्लीकेशन डालते समय वहां पे वो मेंशन करते हैं कि 2022 2023 के पास आउट ही
Okay. Got it. So if there is anything that is clearly they are
तो हम
specifying,
उसके लिए अप्लाई कैसे करें?
just it's applying is like they are not rejecting your resume in first go. You can try sending out your resume if you are lucky enough, like you can be shortlisted in some situations and there you can prove your knowledge. And obviously if you are fit for it and if you are exceptionally good, no one is like no, all people want basically who are good in their skills, right? So that's not a problem, Rajan. It's never a problem. Okay. So you try sending your resume. Don't restrict yourself because in case if there is any database used by the HR where they are screening out the resumes, so may not be selected. In such, if it is manually being screened, so they will not quite focused on that. So it's not a barrier. I can say it's not a barrier.
Ma'am, in our training program also, Rajan, like we are giving a scheduled interview also. If you are joining in our training program, we are giving a scheduled interview. So that like we are sharing your profile directly to the HR. We are giving a one scheduled interview and making a sit with the in front of interviewer. After all, you are going to learn all these things with our IPA, with our American accreditation certification. You can companies are also having a more chances for the selection because we have a national and international
So
accreditations.
it's an internationally accepted certification. If you no other institute is basically offering this AAA accreditation, no, apart from Clinox. So it's an added advantage, I can say.
it is adding weightage upon your resume so that you can have a more chances for the selection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not only the courses that we provide, it's in one, as Ravi said, we are also providing you one scheduled interview. So where you can prove your skills and get into the job easily. Okay. Any other question? How can we approach CDM offers, ma'am? Like the name is not there in the chat box, but who has asked this question? Regarding the offers and opportunities, rather than me, Ravi would be giving you more insights, because if you eventually if you get into this course, so you will be given like in detail overview regarding how do you need to get those offers or opportunities. I would be happy to help you regarding the modules of the course, any related queries related to that. Okay.
Sure, sure. Thank you, ma'am. So actually, in our training program, it is going to be there, and how we are going to help you, everything. So, okay, ma'am. Thank you, and I'm going to share my screen, and I will explain a little more information for the students.
Okay. We'll take this questions post Ravi will give you regarding all the details of the course. So if there are anything, I'll be happy to answer post that. So let's now keep a hold on this queries. So I'll
Yes.
just I'll mute
Yeah.
myself. I'll allow Ravi to take over.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. So this clinical research, pharmacovigilance, clinical data management, regulatory affairs, medical writing, and medical devices. So in India, pan-India, medical devices training is not, no other institution is giving medical devices training. So we are giving medical devices training also 6-in-1 program. So in postgraduate diploma, this is a 6 months program. We have an online and offline also, and we have advanced diploma training program 5 months, skill oriented training program 3 months, and we have a regular course that is a certification course 2 months. So you can see here clinical research, PV and CDM, regulatory affairs, medical devices, and medical writing. We have a regular program, skill-oriented training program, advanced diploma program, postgraduate diploma program. So as someone just given a question, what is the difference and what is the structure of this, sir? So here I'm going to explain you clearly. So if you're going for the regular program, that is a 2 months course completion certificate program. It's online only. We don't have an offline training program. In the training program, we are not going to give you additional American accreditation certification, and we are not going to support you for the placement opportunities also, because that is a only experienced candidates, someone who wants to take this upgrading the skills part, that is they are going to take. This skill oriented training program, that is a 3 months training program, online and offline is there. So this is you will get only 3 months course completion certificate. I'll show you how the certificate is going to look through IPA accreditation. And apart from this IPA, we have a national accreditations. You are getting a certification with that. When you are going to take the advanced diploma, it's a training program having a 5 months training program. We have both an online platform and an offline platform also. We are giving 5 months course completion certificate, 1 month internship certificate, and American accreditation certificate. So you are getting a national accreditation certificate, international accreditation certificate, and from advanced diploma training program, you are going to give you 2 scheduled interviews, and we are giving you 5 months job assistance, means placement assistance, and 2 scheduled interviews. From our scheduled interview starts from skill oriented training program, we are giving only 1 scheduled interview. In advanced diploma and postgraduate diploma training program, we are giving 2 scheduled interviews to each and every candidate who are completing training in our institution. So here, what is the benefits means, like in the postgraduate diploma, it's a 6 months of training program. Article publication is there. You are going to do this minor project and manage project also. We are giving to handle to you with a software database. In the Oracle we are using, and we are giving a Argus software, and we are giving a Medidata and Drive Data software also. So we are giving in a postgraduate diploma 3 certificates, like internship certificate, American accreditation certificate. If you are going for this course completion certificate also, you are going to get. So these are all our training program: regular, skill oriented, advanced diploma, postgraduate diploma. So from the
Say about Argus.
Argus software database, our training program, it included software databases. Okay. So we are giving project. That's why we are giving a projects. You are doing hands-on experience with the Argus software database and Oracle software database. Okay.
In a six
Next.
month
Yeah,
program.
in 6 months, 3 months, and 5 months program. Advanced diploma, PG diploma. In the 3 months program, we are giving only one certificate. When you're coming to the advanced diploma, you're getting 2 certificates and 2 scheduled interviews, and you're getting a minor project. If you're coming to the postgraduate diploma, major project, minor project, advanced, you're getting 2 certificates, internship as well, American accreditation as well. Next, this is our training program accreditations what we have. See here, you can see our training program certificate with the IPA. Left side, you can see Indian Pharmaceutical Association approval, and you can see in the downside LSSDC, NSDC Skill India, Startup Recognize, MSME also. So these are all the government, central government affiliations. You can see here how it is there. This is the internship certificate we are giving you. You can see here what is the internship certificate we are giving. Coming to the American Accreditation Association. So what is American Accreditation Association? You people having some doubts, right? So this is an accreditation provided by American government. After completing the course, so if anyone wants to this certification, why we got this American accreditation, why it is useful means I'll tell you. So we are reached American standards, international standards of our training program. Means if you are taking a training in our Cleanoxy Solutions Private Limited, you are having a recognition of globally. If you want to work in abroad, if you want to do the job in abroad or else in India, whatever it may be, the standards what we are giving training is meet up to the national and international level. So that's why in India we are only the first institution got American Accreditation Association certificate accreditation also. This is a sample certificate with your photo, with your name, some registration number. You are getting a certificate in the website. Not we are not going to give you physical. In the website it is going to come. So what are the benefits of this certificate? You can see here. You will get a custom URL and custom QR code. If anyone wants to scan this code, directly HR or some, if you are sharing to any person like HR or else to your friend or else some other hiring person, directly it is going to visible this certificate. If you are sharing this QR code or if you're scanning this QR code or URL, the certificate is going to visible in the website like this. What you are completed, what the certification, the date and everything is mentioned in the training certification. This is a key uses. So what are the uses and global recognition of American accreditation means? So university admissions, if you want to go for having a broad plan, so this certification give you easy enrollment of visa process, and you will get a good universities. Actually, if you want to go for tier 1 universities in abroad, so you need some add-on value upon your resume. So it is going to help you to get a good admission, and visa process also it is going to be clear. So it is helpful in the international licensing exams. You know that if you want to write to the NAPLEX, TOEFL, GRE, CAPS, PSI, and SPLA from Saudi Arabia, and DHA and the PEBC for Canada. So if you want to write these exams also, it is going to help for you. And industry recognitions means like in CRO companies in India, like a contract research organizations, if you want to get a recognitions, you will having this. If you're having this certificate, you are going to share in your LinkedIn and you are putting in your resume. It is going to be add up on your resume. It is uniqueness. You know, in India, we are only the one institution. So that's why you will get uniqueness. Apart from this national and international accreditations, you'll get a uniqueness of your resume. And if you are writing for the job opportunities in Indian government exams like CDSCO, drug inspector, railway jobs, hospitals, many more job opportunities, it is going to help for you. You can see here what the key features of this certificate. Personalized design is there, means you're getting it with a photo, and online visibility. If anyone is going to scan, that is directly visible in the American accreditation website. And you will get a custom URL code you can share easily to anyone, and you will get a QR code so that anyone can see and instant access what you are. See here, just I explained over the previous slide, advancing career with American accreditation certification. So global advancement, as I told you, university, top international universities, you will get admissions. Now professional licensing, you can see licensing exams as explained you. industry recognition also, and government sector job opportunities. So the American accreditation certification from Clinoxy is just more than a certificate. It's a passport to global universities, opportunities in pharmaceutical and healthcare industry. By obtaining these credentials, you are not completing a course, you are investing in a future filled with diverse career paths and international recognition. Okay, so guys, like I completed about this whatever the accreditations and training program what we have. See, we have only limited batch. We are going to fill admissions. You can say your number plus 74160967999. So if you want to having a more queries or for the enrollment process, we have admission team and admission counselors are there. They're going to guide you and they're going to help you about this course fee structures and what are the offers we have, and everything they are going to explain to you. So guys, like kindly save this number 741, just I'm mentioning in the chat box also, 74160. Mentioning in the chat box 74160967999. So do you have any questions? For 3 months there is no training for softwares. Yes. So here, Harshavardhan, we have a 3 months training program also, software database. Only for 2 months we are not giving. Okay. So guys, see here, I message you contact in the chat box.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm,
Please,
Sir, I
hello,
just
sir.
want to ask. Sure, Samir, like you can continue.
which one?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Samir.
सर आपने कहा था अभी पोस्ट और एडवांस जो डिप्लोमा है उसमें
Hmm.
बस आप दो ही इंटरव्यू अरेंज कर सकेंगे क्या सर?
Yes, yes. From the 3 months training program and regular course, and we are giving advanced and PG diploma, we are giving interview scheduling interviews. So if you are going for advanced diploma or PG diploma, you will get a 2 schedule interviews. Means we are sharing your profile to the HR directly and making with the sit with the in front of interviewer. So if you are performing very well, you will get a job.
फ्रॉम
Yes.
द इंडस्ट्री इन इंडिया ना?
Which one?
मतलब इंडिया की इंडस्ट्री में से ही आप
Yes, yes, yes. India
शेड्यूल अरेंज
industry.
करेंगे?
तो total pan India level में वो CRO companies है ना, CRO companies और MNC companies relevant to what you have taken training, clinical research, whatever it may be, medical writing, regulatory affairs, medical devices, clinical data management or pharmacovigilance. Wherever vacancies are there in the market in pan India level, we are going to share your application. So we are directly sharing schedule interview reference, internal reference we are giving to you. 2 internal reference for
मतलब
advanced and PG diploma. Yes.
तो आप जो दो रेफरेंस देंगे मतलब जैसी अपॉर्चुनिटी होगी वैसे आप रेफरेंस अरेंज करेंगे?
Yes. So if you are losing your opportunity, Samir, okay. So if you are losing, if you are not able to crack the interview for 2 scheduled interviews also, we are giving assistance, 5 months job assistance. वो मतलब क्या है? So WhatsApp में every 2 days you are getting a vacancies, and wherever the vacancies are there in the market, in the WhatsApp every 2 days you are getting a walk-in interviews, whatever it may be. So if you are losing 2 scheduled interviews, you are going to get a helping of the walk-ins wherever the vacancies are in the market. So we are sharing that information for 5 months job assistance is there. Okay, so need not to worry, we are giving, you are going to crack the interview in first schedule interview only. Okay, because we have that such
Yes.
type of training program so that everyone can crack the interview in first chance only. Okay.
Okay, sir. No,
Yes.
I'm not worrying, sir. I'm
Okay.
just after the completion of course, I'm if I'm interested in regulatory affairs or clinical, so it is
Okay.
possible to only give that type of interviews.
References. Yeah. So Samir, in the clinical research, data management, pharmacovigilance, medical writing, regulatory affairs, what are there? Those are 5 departments in the clinical research industry. Am I right or wrong?
Okay.
So if
Okay, sir.
every department having a equal chances to get a more package and you have a more opportunities to learn and start the career. Example, if I started a journey from clinical research associate, if you work over there minimum 1.5 year, minimum 2 to 3 years, your salary will be minimum 45,000. And if you want to shift your domain to pharmacovigilance or medical writing or data management or regulatory affairs, you have a more option to shift your career into this domain also. So every department have a equal chance to grow yourself and start your career. So need not to worry if I want a job in only regulatory affairs. Don't put like that because every department is important in this clinical research. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So what is your education qualification, Samir?
I'm just doing sir master in pharmacology
Okay, you're from which location?
from Nanded, sir, SRTM University.
Okay, no worries. So, Samir, I just message you in the chat box the contact number. Just kindly ping hi to this number, or else kindly contact this number. Our team is going to connect with you and give you more information. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Samir. Yes, and another person is also
Sir,
Harshavardhan, I believe. Yes.
सर अभी मैं बीफार्म परसिंग में हूँ लास्ट
Okay.
सेम बाकी है मेरा तो मैं
Oh,
अप्लाई कर सकता हूँ क्या
yes, yes. Yes,
लैटरल
if you
कोर्स
start a journey now, Rajan, so when you're completing your exams now, then you will get you are ready for the interviews and ready for the job opportunities, right?
यस सर
Yeah. So kindly save our number and give a missed call to this number 74160 96799. Okay?
ओके सर थैंक्स
Yes. Our team is there. Do you have any questions, Rajan? Also, I will explain you. Don't worry. If you have any questions.
Hello.
Yes, Hardik. Yes, Hardik. Yes.
Sir, is there any difference between the online and the offline sessions?
Yeah, nothing that much is there, Hardik. But if you have a chance to come for the offline, yes, you can come. If you don't have a chance, you are pursuing or else whatever it may be, yeah, you can take the online. So we have a trainers. Know what ma'am just she taken na. So she's a pharmacovigilance officer, deputy pharmacovigilance officer. Ma'am is going to submit all the clinical research documents to CDSCO of Indian government. We have a trainers like a working professionals, so they are not trained here with a normal graduation. They are the working professionals, so that everywhere, if you are in online or offline also, same is there. We are meeting the standards of international level. Need not to worry about that. Our trainers are interactive. As you know, you have seen the session how interactive it is. Same like that, online and offline are equal. We don't have some differentiation here. Okay.
Okay. And sir, what will
Hardik,
be the offline location if I just want to come offline?
yes,
Yes,
Hardik,
offline location
Ravi,
is
can you
in.
give me 1 second?
Yes.
Hardik, like it's better if you opt for offline, Hardik. I would suggest because the trainers will be answering to the question right in front of you, any queries. So that will be a good one-on-one thing. If you have an online, so you know the pros and cons of online session. You if you are practically available, so the trainer will be focusing on you, seeing
Yeah.
tracking your growth, like if there is any lag or anything that you require a certain push up, we will be doing that.
So
If
if
it
he's
is,
available, then we can. If
yes,
he's
yes,
available.
that's,
So in
yes.
online also we are doing the same. But if he's available, if you are
Yes,
available in
that
your
I'm
location in
just
Hyderabad,
explaining him the advantage of being on
yes,
offline.
yes,
Presence
yes,
is different, right?
yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's the
श्योर
reason most of the people who are in this demo session try to be available offline. Offline is good. Okay, it's a duration of 2 or 3 months. It's not for in years and years, right? So try to be available offline. That's
We
what
have
I
a
just want to suggest. If not, online course also is equally helpful. But if you are having some challenges, like as a fresher, usually people have, so better I suggest you to join offline. That's it. I just wanted to say this.
इट इज
Sure,
मैम
ma'am.
फुल
Got
टाइम
it.
और द ओनली संडे
Oh, not Sunday, you never have any class. It's on Monday to Friday, you have the sessions actually.
Hello, ma'am.
ओके ओनली इट मींस
it's
ओनली
only,
फ्राइडे
yes, yes. So
बट
Rajan, you are talking.
यस सर
Okay. So Rajan, it's
बट सर एक्चुअली
Uh,
बट सर एक्चुअली अगर मेरा लेक्चर्स या फिर क्लासेस या फिर कुछ होगा तो
yes,
मैं
yes.
हाउ कैन अटेंड दिस?
So that's why we have a both online and offline. Need not to worry. Ma'am is telling about the your location. If you are nearby with us, if you are nearby in Hyderabad location, you can. No means we have a equal training program in an online and offline. Okay, and yes, we have a Monday to Friday, Thursday sessions. We have yes, Rajan. For more information, just connect with this number. Our team is going to help you. Okay.
So
Next.
actually, I
Yes.
had a
Okay.
doubt.
Yes. Yes. Humalia.
I'm working in a hospital, like as a pharmacist. So basically, if I'm not able to attend the morning classes, like how can I cope up with
Yes,
the?
we have evening classes in the daily basis. We have a classes at 7 to 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 p.m. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have a online classes from Monday to Thursday. We are giving a online recording sessions also to you so that if you are missing any sessions, we have our recorded sessions with you. We are giving a lifetime warranty. So no other institution in India giving a lifetime warranty of recording sessions also. Okay. Yeah, 1 hour class per day. So Harshavardhan, it may prolongs. Maybe if that depends upon you. So depends upon the students. Our trainers are going to prolong the session. It may be 1 hour or 1.5 hours. It may be depends upon your queries. Depends upon the trainer availability. So every day our session is going to be finished 1 hour 15 minutes like that. 1 hour above. Offline classes provided only in Hyderabad, sir or ma'am. Yes, Ayesha, offline as of now we are having a Hyderabad branch only. We are opening soon in different locations. We are going to announce in the website also. So yeah, as of now, we have in a Hyderabad location only, Aisha.
And sir, I had a doubt.
Yes,
If we are opting for those courses for which you are providing scheduled interviews, so those
okay.
interviews are actually virtual or physical. We have
It's
to.
depends upon company, Maria. If example, if you have completed training program in our training program, 5 months, or advanced diploma or PG diploma. Example, we schedule interview. So which location you are from, Maria?
I'm from Bangalore.
Okay, so we have a opening for the Hyderabad location and Bangalore location. Example, you can see we have a opening for the Hyderabad location. So depends upon the HR requirement. First, they will call you first round of interview through call. If sometimes the company is asking to come face to face interview directly, sometimes company will take virtual interview. So it depends upon your company requirement. So we can't tell you that we will arrange you online or else like a virtual interview, or else we can't tell you guarantee that you can come for the face to face interview. It's totally depends upon company requirement. Okay. So if you're having vacancies in Bangalore, yeah, you can go directly and you can attend face to face, right? Depends upon the company. If the no means our team member, we have a placement team, we are going to connect with the HRs, and we on the availability of HR, we are going to help them. Like she's from so and so location, so they will take arrange call or else whatever it may be. It depends upon completely depends upon company standards, company norms and conditions. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
सर
Yes. Yeah.
सर आपने बोला कि हम अभी मैं मुंबई में रहता हूँ, ठीक है?
Okay. Okay.
हाँ, तो आपने मुझे जैसे बताया कि 2 महीने का सॉफ्टवेयर बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग आप प्रोवाइड करेंगे, ओके?
Okay.
तो उसमें सर सॉफ्टवेयर बेस्ड कैसे, मतलब ऑनलाइन में सॉफ्टवेयर बेस्ड कैसे प्रोवाइड करोगे?
Yes, yes, yes. Online also we have a software database. We are going to give you. We are giving a logins to you. We are making you sure that we are giving Argus and Oracle software database in our training program. Medidata, Rave data also we have. So that's why Rajan, I'm telling you just to contact to our team member. So admission counselors are going to help you for the more information. We have students from Bombay. We have students from Pan India level. We have students from Pan India level. We are giving
ओके
opportunities all pan India level. Not only we are restricted to this Hyderabad or Bangalore location. We are giving a pan India level job opportunities also. Need not to worry about this, Rajan. Okay. So we are
ओके
running online batches from years. Okay. So that's why for your queries, our team is going to connect with you. Don't worry. Yes. Do you have any questions so that we can? So One Google form I message you in the chat box. Kindly fill this form. Our team is also going to connect with you. Okay. So once again, do you have any questions? Let me know. Okay. So yeah, in the chat box I messaged you the Google form also and the contact number also. Guys, yes, both practical and theoretical teaching provided in online, sir. Yes, Ayesha, both are there. Both are there. Need not to worry about this. Both. We are giving a, that's why I told you that we are giving a software hands-on experience also with the software database. In the clinical research we are giving, medical writing we are giving, internship means we are giving a hands-on experience completely. No other institution in India giving an internship. In this program we are included medical devices also, apart from these 5 departments. Okay, yeah, both are there, theoretical and provided
And
practical is also there. Yes, Hardik.
hello,
Yes,
sir.
Hardik.
I just want to ask, like, if like, what about the questions like we want to ask during the sessions and about the practical knowledge as well?
Yes,
Like,
our trainers are
if
going.
I just want to ask some questions about the software part, like, how can I ask if I'm not
Okay,
available offline?
okay. So you are asking the question that if I'm not available in the offline, how the I can ask the questions to the trainer in the online sessions. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so every online session is like not like they are going coming in the online telling some slides and then they are going out. So it is completely practical, Hardik. Practical sessions are there. Every trainer is giving a time. They are going to spend a time with you. Every trainer is going to react with you, and they are giving a response and giving a hands-on experience to you. So if you have any queries that type also, personally our trainer also going to talk with you. So in every online session, every day the session start with a question and answers. Previous session is going to repeated when they are going to start the session. And after the session also, our trainer are going to ask you the questions. When every student having a doubts means they are going to clarify the doubts. And after clarifying the doubts only, the session is going to close. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. For example, I need a CDM job. We are providing for pharmacovigilance interview. This is a final 1 hour arrange a CDM interview. What I required if there is a vacancy in CDM. So, Harshavardhan, your query is not resolved. Let me know. What is the question? Harshavardhan, for example, I need a CDM job and you are providing a pharmacovigilance interview. This is a final one or arrange a CDM interview. So, Harshavardhan, my voice is audible to you? My voice is audible to you, Harsha? Yes. Okay. So Harsha, so as I told you, every department is here equal chance to start your career. Okay. So example, as we have vacancies for the pharmacovigilance. Yeah, you can kickstart your career with pharmacovigilance. If you're waiting for the CDM only, yeah, we will show you CDM interview also. So we are as we if you're depends it depends upon which program you are taking. You're taking advanced diploma or PG diploma. If you're taking a PG diploma, you're getting two chances, two scheduled interviews. If you're taking advanced diploma, you're getting a two chances, two scheduled interviews. If you're taking regular program, you're getting a one job opportunity only. So you are telling that you need only CDM job. So that depends upon example, we have vacancies for the medical writing. You're trained for the clinical research to medical devices. So you have equal chance to start your career in medical writing, right? How much time you will wait for the CDM? Example, if you have a CDM also, we will show you. Not a matter for that. This is the final one or arrange a CDM interview also. Yeah, we will show you another one also, Harshvardhan. Need not to worry. As my query is resolved, I believe. I message you in the chat box. Yes. I message you the number. Contact to this number. Our team is going to connect with you and give you more information. Harsha. Thank you. If you have any queries, let me know. I'm closing the session. So thank you guys. Kindly save this number and fill the form what I message in the chat box, plus 917416096799. Hope you guys enjoy the session. I'll see you in our training program. Hope I will see you in everyone in our training program. So batch is going to start very soon. Thank you guys.
Ravi, actually, I see a question directed to me in the message from Abhijit.
Okay.
So, Abhijit, what's your query?
Hello.
Yes, Abhijit.
Actually, ma'am, I want to ask about that. Actually, I don't have that experience about the clinical research,
Okay.
but I am presently working in that in API synthesis department. But I want to
Okay.
transfer in that clinical research operation
Internal.
department. Yeah, internal transfer. This is
Okay.
the so for as per that your course, so it is it is benefited for me. Then I will transfer to that this
See,
my
Abhijit,
department.
one thing I just wanted to make clear is that if there is an internal transfer that you are planning to do, it's
Yeah.
depend on your company whether it is accepting an internal transfer or
Yeah,
not.
it is accepting. In
If
our
it is
organization, this is
accepting, then
accepting.
our course would be giving you all the required knowledge, which will help you
Okay.
for that internal transfer. It's nowhere like
Okay.
I cannot. Some companies usually don't accept the internal transfer from one domain to other, but some companies happily
Yeah.
do that if the person
Yeah.
has enough skills and enough knowledge about that domain. Okay, and if you talk about internal transfer, one thing is that initially you will be placed as an associate only. You cannot expect it to be like you will be given some and the designation will be according to your experience. It's not like that. So you should start from the base level if you are changing the domain. Okay, Abhijit?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Abhijit, you can just contact us. I messaged you in the chat box also. Our number is also there. Kindly connect 74160967999. Okay. So, thank you guys. I hope that you are. I'll see you in our training program. So, further queries, just you can contact
Thank you.
us. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you for your time.